You say, but he's not a Christian. Okay? There's plenty of principles. All through the Bible I find this. He says, I will if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Not if you mean to, not if you try your best, or not if you're going to give it your best shot. But I will. I'll forgive if you forgive. And all through the Bible, if you give, I'll give. There's things all through there. And I think these principles apply to us. They apply to the world, and they're still true. Hell is still real if you don't believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
So then heaven is still real if you don't believe in it. We don't have to believe it to make it true.
That's
But
right.
somehow this emotion, and you touched on it earlier, we've relied upon this emotion. We've moved into this emotional point to where it's and I don't think there's any return out of it. I just don't know. I see a change in the generation. I do see a change. I see a change in men starting to happen right now. We went through a real bad. Men become so sissified that even in the church, they became where they weren't the bold men that stood and they began to take a back door. And I think there's a point there that they're starting to come back. Men are slowly but surely.
I think you're right on that too, because you see, oh my goodness, they've really, the left, we'll say, and we'll say Satan in that way too, has really worked hard to demasculinate America. And men, I was in Ukraine in 2018, fall of 2018. I went over there. I'm a history buff, and I like World War II, so I decided I'd go into Eastern Europe and see where the Russians fought the Germans in that sphere. And what amazed me about those Ukrainian men, they're like men we knew, John, when we grew up.
Right.
They reminded me of the men in War, West Virginia in 1975, 80. I mean, they're men. They have, they're muscular. They're, they almost don't have no necks.
Right.
Do you go down the street? Our kids play soccer, Little League Baseball, whatever. They got boxing clubs. I stayed next to the Georgian Embassy, and you could come up and look in and see those little kids beating each other with those boxing gloves and blood coming out their nose and this and that. Where I think our little boys, most of them, if they got their nose bloody, they're running somewhere crying.